Hello everybody and welcome back to this week's Meals of the Week video. So we're having a roast dinner today on Monday, and I know I think we had one last week as well, and I said recently that we're not going to have one every week, but I've just fancied a roast dinner again. So got mashed potato, homemade Yorkshire puddings, we've got cauliflower, and the back right one is mine, and I've got a gluten-free Yorkshire pudding. We've got broccoli. I've started using the broccoli stalks as well for things. They taste exactly the same as the rest of the broccoli to me. And we've got loads of carrots. We all love carrots. And some chicken. Now I do my chicken in the air fryer. I'm still kind of learning how to use the air fryer, but it's around about 180 degrees for 10 minutes. Turn it all over and do it for another 10 minutes. So we do have some butternut squash here. I actually really liked the butternut squash. It was very sweet. Sort of, I don't know. I can't really explain it. Almost like a bit like a sweet potato taste. But I really enjoyed the butternut squash, and I'll definitely be having that again. The girls not so much. But we also got some roast potatoes there. I always do garlic and herb roast potatoes. And then I like to have mango chutney on my chicken. A lot of people think that's weird, but I quite like to have that on my chicken. I've got a bit of salt and pepper on my mashed potato, and then some nice gluten-free homemade gravy. Tuesday's dinner. So Hannah had cottage pie, so we are going to have this sometime later on in the week. So I've done one for Hannah for the Tuesday because we're all having a curry. She's got lots of carrots there, and there's also peas and baked beans and things in the cottage pie. And so me, Simon and Rebecca all had a vegetable curry. So I've been saving up broccoli stalks and cauliflower leaves and things like that, and cooking them, chopping them up, cooking them and popping them in the freezer. So basically all that's in here is we've got some broccoli stalks, stems, cauliflower leaves and stems. We've got some chickpeas, there's some red lentils, I think there's chicken stock in there as well, might be vegetable stock actually, and just, you know, just packing it out with some nice flavours, curry flavours. And this was really delicious. I would definitely have this again. It was a really nice filling dinner out of just some, you know, leaves I would have potentially discarded previously. And so these are large naan breads. I've just cut one in half for Simon and Rebecca, and my own flatbread. So Wednesday we had tea, we all had paninis. Well, Rebecca didn't have panini. So I've put some oil in a griddle pan just to toast the bread. Turned it over, and I'm going to pop some cheese and tomato in this one. So nice, it's such a nice easy meal, and it's really tasty as well. It's kind of like cheese on toast, but nicer, I would say. And these paninis were brilliant because I got them free from Olio as well. So if you are living in England, maybe the UK, and you can get the Olio app, you can pick yourself up some bargains, some freebies, local in your area. So I got free paninis. I did have to buy my gluten-free ones, but that's not so bad. So we've got cheese and tomato in there. I did warm the tomato through a little bit, just so it's not, it just helps it to cook basically within the panini. And then I tend to like weigh it down with a saucepan with some water in it because I don't have anything else. And we're also going to have some bowls each with some fruit. So we've got some crunchy grapes. These were really nice grapes. There were a few in there that were not very nice, but on the whole they were pretty good grapes. Just fancied a little fruit bowl really. So we all like fruit, and it's nice to have something fresh, I always think. So we've got grapes, satsumas, I'm doing this while Simon's panini is cooking. There we go. I always do mine first because I need gluten-free one, so I don't like to cross-contaminate it. So I do mine first, cook it first, and I also cut it up first. But this is Rebecca's. What she's having is some dippy eggs and like egg and soldiers. Obviously they stay hot for a little bit if you don't chop the tops off. So I did leave them whilst I was cooking up mine and Simon's. But now that I'm cooking Hannah's, I'm going to sort of dish up Rebecca's as well. So me and Simon both had cheese and tomato in our paninis. Hannah's just got cheese, but they've both got chocolate mousse. And me and Simon have got a yoghurt each. And then I'm doing us all some apple as well. I saved the apple till last to pop on because obviously it does discolour. Unless you want to soak it in a bit of water and lemon juice first, and then it stays pretty nice. So nice and white. So that's what I used to do with the girls' lunch boxes. And there we are. That's what we had for our tea. We don't tend to need much else because those paninis are quite filling, and the fruit as well. Rebecca's got 2 pieces of bread as well there. Thursday's dinner. So Rebecca had some cod and some loads of green beans actually, and some rice. Me, Simon and Hannah all had cottage pie. So there's our broccoli. I always love cottage pie with cabbage. Cabbage is one of my favourite vegetables anyway. And the mashed potato on this cottage pie was absolutely delicious this time. Extremely like buttery and creamy. So got a nice big cottage pie there. There was a little bit of leftovers, so one of us got to have some of that the next day. So I don't make my cottage pie in the traditional sense that probably a lot of people know. I don't put carrots in mine. We like to have things like that on the side, vegetables on the side, but I do put baked beans and peas in mine, a bit of Marmite, a bit of Worcester sauce, a bit of ketchup, a bit of gravy browning, and a little bit of salt on my cabbage there, and some nice gluten-free gravy. Friday was pizza day, so I was supposed to do Mexican chicken and rice, but I don't know why I did this. When I was doing the shopping last week, I completely forgot to write down any of the ingredients for the Mexican chicken and rice. So I didn't have passata, black beans, or any peppers. So I decided we'd do pizzas on the Friday instead, just to make it a little bit easier. So I've got one of these pizza bases to try for me. I did half for my dinner and then I had half for lunch the next day. So I just got some tomato puree there for my sauce base. It's double strength stuff, so it's quite a lot there, but it's okay. This worked out better value actually than buying gluten-free pizzas, because the pizza bases, I think it was like 2 for around £3.75, £4 or something, and I would pay that just for one pizza. Granted, you'd have the toppings on it already. So I've got cheese on mine here. I've got some frozen red onion. I've also put some frozen mixed peppers on there. And I've also got I'm going to pop some mushroom on there as well. I find it really handy to keep these in the freezer, some little bags of frozen vegetables and things like that you can add to dishes. Just makes it a lot easier when you've already got them in the freezer, and they cook really well actually. Have no problems at all, and they're perfect for pizzas. So I've just popped that in the oven. I didn't know what to do it on, so I've cooked it on like a normal pizza temperature really, and it's come out really well. I'm actually really pleased with this base, and it's a little bit different to a normal pizza base, but I'd definitely have this again if I can find them, because I've tried to look and I can't. But I would definitely have these again. And then I had some sweet potato fries with mine. I don't show it in this video, but you'll see Simon's in a minute. So this is Simon's pizza. He's got just over half a pizza, so I do tend to do 2 pizzas between Simon and the girls. Just works out well for us. And he's got some sweet potato fries. These were done in the air fryer. They cooked really well in there. I really like those ones. This is an example. This one is Rebecca's. I haven't shown Hannah's. And I've tried to copy the Five Guys chips. Apparently I did a good job, so that's good to hear. But they are skin on fries. And then Saturday, me and Simon had Mexican chicken and rice. So I didn't grill it with the cheese on in the end, but I just popped some cheese on the top. I haven't popped Simon's cheese on it yet, just so I can show you what it looks like. It's got loads of delicious goodies in there. It's really, really tasty. I'll link the recipe in the description. this is what the girls had. They didn't want Mexican chicken and rice, so they have got chicken cooked in the air fryer with some salt and pepper. They've got vegetables, mixed vegetables, and some rice. Then this is Rebecca's dinner for Sunday. She's got curly fries with some grated cheese. She's got some spaghetti hoops. And she's got some southern fried chicken breast strips. This is Hannah's. She's got jacket potato with baked beans and cheese. She looks forward to this all day at work, apparently. Although it doesn't look very exciting and she doesn't want any salad with it. This is mine. Jacket potato, baked beans, cheese and some cheesy coleslaw. Simon's got Mexican chicken and rice, what was left over on his jacket potato, and randomly some coleslaw as well. But he said it was really nice. So that was what we had for our dinners last week. So I'm not going to talk about all of the dishes because you've seen all of what we had. But I will talk about the vegetable curry quickly. I will link the recipe that I kind of loosely followed in the description. It was really nice, actually. I really enjoyed that meal and I would definitely have it again. I just threw in loads of extra cauliflower leaves and stalks and broccoli stalks and things. I didn't do their measurements for that. I did follow their measurements for the lentils, although I could have put more in because I couldn't see them once it was cooked. So I probably would put more of those in. And the thing that I did copy this exact same amount of was like the curry powder, the garam masala, all of that stuff basically, because I didn't want to make it too hot and spicy. If you like hot and spicy, that's all good, but I wanted to kind of see what it would be like first before I alter it a little bit next time. But I was quite happy with just throw in whatever you want, really. It's really nice. You could pop in anything. Nice vegetable curry. Most of this meal was free, it felt like, because I would have got rid of those stalks and stems anyway. I tend to chop them up, give them to my dad for his compost. So, sorry, Dad, I won't be giving you my broccoli stalks anymore for your compost. I'll be eating them instead. But it does save wastage. We get an extra meal out of it, and it's definitely worth a look. So I will link that in the description. The other one I said I was going to link is the Mexican chicken and rice. We've had it before. I actually have a video about it, I think. So I will, if I have a video, I'm pretty sure I videoed it. I will put that as an end screen thingy bajingy, so for you to click on if you want to see that. Otherwise, I will link that also in the description. But that was it. Well, basically what we had this week. I hope you have had a good week or weekend. Let me know what we've been up to this weekend. And yeah, I'll see you in my next video, my shopping video on Wednesday. Next week, I will be doing a meals of the week video, but the following week there may not be one because we will be away. So I'm probably not going to film the dinners that we have. It's going to be something really easy, simple, whatever we can find. Really, I'm not sure what we're doing about meals that week. So I probably won't be filming that week. Just to give us a break, really. A nice holiday together. But thank you very much for watching, everybody. And I'll see you in my shopping haul on Wednesday. Bye!